I promised myself I wouldn't put him on the spot. I really did. But anger has a way of breaking promises when it's been sitting inside you for too long. It all unraveled at my cousin's engagement dinner. The restaurant was loud and cheerful, glasses clinking, laughter bouncing off the walls, relatives whispering and watching like they always did. Daniel sat next to me, barely present. His eyes stayed glued to his phone, his expression distant, the same emptiness he'd carried for weeks. For a long time, our relationship had been quietly unraveling. Conversations faded. Touch disappeared. Even sharing a bed felt like sleeping beside a stranger. The harder I tried to reconnect, the further away he seemed, like I was reaching for someone already halfway gone. But what hurt the most wasn't the distance. It was the silence. Whenever I asked what was wrong, he brushed it off. I'm just exhausted. Whenever I asked if we were okay, he answered, yeah, we're fine. At night, when I reached for him, he'd turn his back and fall asleep. Night after night. Excuse after excuse. By the time my aunt joked, you two look awfully serious, trouble in paradise, something inside me cracked. Maybe it was embarrassment. Maybe built-up resentment. Maybe desperation pretending to be bravery. Whatever it was, it pushed the words out before I could stop myself. Ask him, I said louder than I meant to. Ask him why he hasn't touched me in months. The table went completely still. Conversations died mid-sentence. Forks hovered in the air. Daniel looked up sharply, shock flooding his face. My pulse raced, but I couldn't stop. Ask him, I repeated. Ask him why I have to beg for affection. Why he treats me like a stranger in our own bed. That's enough, he snapped. But anger had stripped me of fear. You don't talk to me at home, I said. So maybe you'll talk now. Tell everyone why you shut me out. Tell them why you don't want me anymore. He stood so abruptly his chair scraped loudly against the floor. The sound made people flinch. His face was tight with anger, but beneath it was something worse. Pain. The kind that had been sitting there quietly for a long time. He reached into his pocket, pulled out his car keys and placed them gently on the table. When he spoke, his voice was calm, too calm. You want the truth? He said. Fine. My chest tightened. For months, he continued, I've been barely holding it together. Work, pressure, life. It was crushing me. I didn't know how to explain it. I didn't want to drag you down with me. I needed time. I needed patience. I needed support. No one at the table met his eyes. Instead, he went on, you chose to humiliate me in front of your entire family. My stomach dropped. He looked straight at me, his expression steady, resolved, like someone who had already made peace with a decision. You want to make intimacy an ultimatum? He said quietly. Then here's mine. If that's the only way you measure love, then this relationship ended long ago. He picked up his keys. I'm done, he said. Not because you felt lonely, but because you attacked me instead of trying to understand me. He didn't raise his voice. He didn't insult me. He didn't cause a scene. He simply put on his jacket, turned away from the table and walked out of the restaurant. Every eye landed on me. My face burned. My throat closed. My chest felt empty. And in that moment I finally understood what I'd missed for months. He hadn't been pulling away because he didn't care. He was hurting. Quietly. Alone. And I mistook his pain for rejection. I thought an ultimatum would bring him back to me. Instead, it ended everything. The door closed behind him.